Hi. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. We are enjoying a cup of coffee and talking about a few little things that going on in the world. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I know that here in the States it was Memorial Day weekend, so it was a 3-day weekend for us. And you know, we got people from other countries in here as well, so that's why I'm asking about your weekend on a Tuesday. But anyway, there's Terry, there's Ramish. Random came in. Random is in Australia, and he had a few little issues over the weekend. He said today's going to be a negative 2.3 out of 10. That's pretty dismal. I mean, nobody in his family is hurt or injured, so that's a good thing. So, but anyway, best of wishes to him. Hope he turns out all right. Everything turns out okay. Maybe Ramish has a better forecast for the day than Aaron in Australia had. So, yeah, we'll see. Oh, man. There's Larry again. Hey, Larry, how's it going? We're doing fine. We're just getting started, kicking this thing off today. It's National Grape Day. National Grape Day. So, I don't know. It's one of those quirky little things you find on the internet, and there's something every day, and today's Grape Day. So, have some jelly, or some wine, and Robert is laying on the floor. He was just sitting there, and he just started pawing at nothing. Nothing that I could see. Of course, my vision's not that great. Ramish says it's an 8 out of 10 today. I'm going to go with Ramish's prediction for today. I really hope Random's doing better, and he gets out of that negative 2.3 stance that he's in. So, yeah. And then Terry's out there riding around. I think somebody said he was in Pennsylvania yesterday. He's our trucker guy out there going around. Hey Terry, what's the traffic like out there today? This is your semi-accurate news report for the morning, forecasting what the day is going to be like and what the traffic is. Robert, see how that picture of him sleeping upside down on his feet up in the air? He gets super comfortable. That's the way he likes to lay. He only does that on his bed. I can't imagine him laying like that on the hardwood or out on the ground being comfortable. But his little bed makes it easier for him. So yeah. Slow traffic for now. There's all kinds of rain going on too here in the southeast right now. It's just like nonstop rain. You know, it's what makes the flowers grow, right? You gonna come up here, Robert, and say hi to everybody? Get up here. Hey, buddy. There's my dog, Robert. How's it going, man? Did you sleep good last night? Did you have a good breakfast this morning? Huh? Yeah? Everything good? With your big old paw. Arrgh. Oh, no, here he goes. Here he goes. The little garden's going good. I got a bunch of tomatoes. I've got some bell peppers growing. My cucumber plant finally took off. And I had to put this little railing thing you could climb up on. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's you know, and all the rain, and you know, it's getting plenty of water, so that's always good. Hot Mom Liz, where is Hot Mom Liz? I thought she said hi just a minute ago. Did she not? No. She may pop in. She's got those 2 munchkins, so you know, she's got things going on. And there he goes. Just there she is. There's Liz coming in this morning saying hi. You came at a good time, exactly. Well, every time you get here is a good time, Liz. Every time you get here is a good time. What's some other things going on in the oh. Did you see this little video on the internet of Emmanuel Macron, the president of France? He was getting off the plane, and Some people say it was a shove. Some people say it was a slap. But you could catch, they open the door to the plane, you could see him standing there, and then like her hand comes up and just like smacks him. And he kind of pushes her back and just smiles and starts waving out the door like nothing happened. Nothing to see here. But yeah. Oh man. You know, it's one of those things you're not supposed to see, but you did. Obviously, they were in some kind of argument. I can't say for certain, but the video's out there. It's a little short video of him getting off the plane, getting smacked before he goes down. And then she refused to hold his hand later on in the event, whatever. I don't even know where he was or what he was doing. All I know is he was on a plane and she checked him. So it's like, hi, it happens to everybody. Okay. even presidents of countries get smacked around by their wives. All right. So yeah. Let's see here. Changed a couple things on that. Okay, cool. So everybody had a pretty good weekend so far. For the most part. Control the frog. Well, we try to be civil, you know, as much as we can on here. But yeah. And it says, oh, he made a comment afterwards saying the bigger issue, you said, was the reaction on part of a string of disinformation by quote-unquote crazy people. It's like, well, she laid her hands on him some way. I don't know if it was a push or a slap, but yep. He played cool, though. He played cool. Just kind of turned towards the door out to everybody else, waved, and came out the door like nothing happened. All right, Terry. Yeah, he knows, Ramish. He knows what's going on. He was on a live stream with me, trying to keep up with the live chat. He's just being facetious. That's your word of the day. I couldn't give you the definition of it without looking it up myself, but I think that's appropriate use of the word facetious. So, and I probably mispronounced it, but I'm in the South, so I'm allowed to do that every once in a while. Yep. And I know some of you older guys like me will remember this one toy that came out, the Super Soaker. Remember that water gun? The kick-ass water gun everybody had to have in like the 80s and stuff. The late 80s anyway. African-American inventor Lonnie Johnson patented the Super Soaker water gun. And it got approved on May 27th, 86. Those Super Soaker guns were amazing. Can you even find those anymore? Those were the best. Spell facetious? Nah, I can't do that. This. I do love coffee. It's one of my biggest vices. So yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, hit me up, Liz. We'll figure out some. You got a question? Hit me on the Discord. And for the newcomers, we have a Discord link in the description of the channel and video. You can join our little community and stay in touch and share stuff and things like that. Planet Sharks, I'm doing pretty good this morning. I slept well last night, no crazy dreams. And I slept pretty solid last night. So yeah, it was pretty good. Doing pretty good. Was it the Super Soaker? No, it wasn't powered by batteries. You had to actually pump it up. And you built pressure inside the little water container. And as you built pressure up with this little pump thing, it would shoot out. And they claimed like it would shoot at like 50 feet or something like that. Yeah. No lucid corn dreams to that last night. Yeah, but the Super Soaker had the little tank on top, and that was like everybody had to have one. I remember as a kid, we were riding bikes. It was in the summertime, riding bikes up and down the street, you know, shooting each other with water guns. It was fun. And then they came out with the next, the electric one. They had a backpack one. I remember that. And where you could have a huge reservoir of water on your back. that fed into the super soaker, and you pumped it up, and you could spray longer between refills. Super soaker. That was a cool water gun. Cool water gun. But now they got electric water guns where you just hold the trigger and it goes, which are cool. Yeah, they're cool. But, water guns. All different colors. And kids were happily playing with guns in the streets. So I'm sure Johnny would take that as guns don't kill people, people kill people thing, which is pretty much true. Yeah, gosh, you don't see kids running around with water guns today. I don't anyway. I imagine the stock in water gun sales have fallen, to say the least. But even the little plastic ones you get from the dollar store and things like that, I mean, you can still find them. I see them, but kids don't run around with water guns anymore. Just having, I don't know, never had the super soaker. Yeah, it was real popular in the late 80s and early 90s. The water gun. But, yeah. And then, it has a long story about it, and I didn't write all that down. I didn't copy and paste all that. But, yeah. Here's Miss Nucci. Good morning. The old toys are coming back slowly. Yeah. Right. I mean, some of you I got on some thread a while back about vintage toys. Like in the 40s and 50s. If you look up toys from the 40s and 50s, and you'll be like, what the hell were they thinking? We had, I mean, in the 80s and 90s, you had like the Easy Bake Oven with the bulb that took like an hour to cook one little brownie. Their toys, you would actually there's one you pour actual gasoline into. And it had like this little flame and doodad. I can't remember, I just vaguely remember some of it. The main thing is I remember it didn't have like a combustible engine running something. It was just like it fed this line and a flame came out. You could do stuff with it in your home as a kid. So yeah, good stuff there. And you had your science experiment kit with all kinds of questionable chemicals in there to do experiments with. You don't see that anymore. Can and a string. Yeah, I mean, there was one also that was called, what was it called? And then you had your wood burning kits, where you could actually take a hot iron and scribe stuff into wood, and the cord was like 2 feet long. I remember a comedian talking about that. You'd plug that in your house, he'd be so close to the curtains catch the whole house on fire. But he didn't care, he's just burning wood in the house. Good stuff. Oh, and man, some of those toys, you look back at them now and you're like, what were they thinking? Toy manufacturers like, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. So what if it's a pack full of razor blades and questionable chemicals? Yeah, they're kids, they gotta learn. Meh. Now you gotta, your toys come with hazmat suits and helmet and gloves today. So it's like, I don't know if I've seen Slayer's live stream. I'll have to check that out. Where is he on here? Maybe one of you guys can put a link in the Discord for me. I think Terry's been talking about this guy before. But anyway. Yeah. Well, Ramish is in India as well, so he's got a little bit of a disconnect with some of the nostalgia here in the United States. Slayer 1629. Is that the guy that goes through the storage units and stuff like that? Is that the YouTuber that does that? I don't remember if that's the one or not. He's a stray. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen him. He's on all day, every day. He's got a huge following. Hey, Spring, how's it going? You're gonna have to change it to summertime, or summer is here in about a month. South Carolina, yeah. Well, look, guy's got a little bit of a history, but he's made it turn around. So that's good for him. You know, he's doing really good. He's actually making some. I think he's actually making content where he's doing stuff and it's interesting, and I think that's why he's got a huge following. Which is more power to him, yeah. He's got he's over 100,000, so he's got the silver plaque from YouTube then as well. We're corrupting poor Ramish in India. He's learning so many things from America. He probably goes back to his neighbors and like, you won't believe what I saw on the internet today. You won't believe what I saw today. He doesn't even sound like that though. But anyway, Ramish is cool. He's been on the stream, split screen with us a couple of times. The Golden Gate Bridge opened this day in history. I forgot to get the year. I think it was in the 30s. I can't remember. I didn't copy the year. The Golden Gate Bridge. They show this video of like police standing on one end of the bridge to have their official opening of the bridge, and it's just cars for miles waiting to cross this Golden Gate Bridge for the first time. And so yeah, it's not because of social media or camera phones that everybody wants to be the first to do something to brag about it. Even when they're doing the Golden Gate Bridge, they're like, you're not going to believe this. I was the first one to cross it, and I made it across live. Oh, wow. Nice. That's awesome. 100,000 subscribers. I got a long way to go. But, you know, Liz taught me what food... Yeah. Teach what that is. Get the date. You had one job to get the date. Well, you know, all right. We'll get the date. What year did the Golden Gate Bridge open?
The Golden Gate Bridge opened in 1937. It's a pretty iconic landmark.
37. I said late 30s. I gave you a ballpark. I'm fun, just boring. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Terry. Always there for the support. And Dustin's here. I'm surprised Dustin's up this morning. I said late 30s. I think I said 39, but it was 37. So, a couple of years. It was way back in ancient times. They didn't even have internet back then. Oh, what a bunch of losers. But they could build a bridge in just a few years, you know. Now it would take 10 years to build the same bridge. You can't sleep, Dustin. Why not, man? You're excited about Tuesday? I did not. I was away from the phone when you called, and then I got busy doing some other stuff, and I didn't call you back, Terry. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that, you know. Been doing stuff, and I really didn't do much, so I can't say that I was doing anything important yesterday. But I did have the day off. Yeah. Terry, you didn't call me. I put on my stretchy britches and everything for you. Right? You don't love me back. Everybody loves Terry. Hugs for Terry, everybody. I think he's just upset because I shaved my beard and he still got his. He's got his trucker Santa Claus beard going on out there on the road. He sent like 327 pictures on Discord of his trip in Las Vegas. Which is, you know, I mean, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of, because when I was in South Korea, the cities look like Vegas if you compare some of the pictures. Just lights everywhere, displays everywhere, all this flashy stuff everywhere all the time. It's compare as far as like the aesthetics, you can compare it to Vegas. Yeah, you didn't get the Hell's Kitchen pictures. Ramsey might had give you spicy meat. Oh, yeah, Ramish. Terry's going to say something about that in a second. Just wait. It's some of the grammar you got going on, Ramish. He's come a long way, though. We have to give him credit for that. Hey, there's Eric. Eric from the Stardashians is here this morning. Good to see you, man. The big city, yeah, in South Korea, man. It's wild. I was there back in 2010. And yeah, just the insane amount of lights all over the place. It's like Times Square in Vegas blended together. Just big screens everywhere and neon lights everywhere and all kinds of, yeah. No little mom and pop wooden signs. Not much, Eric. We're just kind of shooting the breeze this morning over a cup of coffee like we do every morning, you know. Gonna be on for another 8 minutes. And just kind of, you know, chit-chatting and whatever. He's got to Photoshop the Hell's Kitchen pictures, obviously. He's got to Photoshop himself standing next to Gordon Ramsay, but the lighting will be different on each person. And see if he's getting good at Photoshop. I did some Photoshop pictures with the app that I have, and I just cut myself out, and I placed myself next to like the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, had myself at Mount Rushmore, just threw myself. I was on the moon, standing there with a cup of coffee, smiling like a weirdo. I stayed an hour yesterday. I was on here for an hour. Where were you yesterday, Terry? A whole hour. I don't know why Robert's down there. He won't come up here. Robert, why don't you want to join me up here on the couch, buddy? Huh? What's the matter with Robert? You slept good? You sleep good every night? You got that big cushy bed. Looking now he's all like pitiful. This dog has mood swings. What's the matter? Huh? Ramish is hustling like always. No Gordon picks. You alright, bud? I don't know. I had a black lab, and he was pretty much consistent every day with his attitude and what he wanted to do and expected. This dog, Robert here, he's like jumping all over me. He's licking my face one day. The next day, it's just like, I'm not feeling it. It's like, he's 2. So many mixed emotions. I think he is going through his teenage years. Screw you, Dad. You don't understand me. If he could talk. I don't want to know what he's thinking, honestly. If you put one of those, put a collar on him that could translate what he's thinking out loud, he'd probably be saying like that damn squirrel. Or, why aren't you feeding me the canned food instead of the dry food? Things like that, probably, what he'd be saying. Shocking place. I'm not sure what you're talking about. He's part cat. Yeah, there you go. He's part cat. Just give you this look every once in a while. I'm like, whatever. Do you want to see the girls who work at Hell's Kitchen? I didn't know that that was a thing for Hell's Kitchen. It's not like a Hooters. People even go to Hooters anymore. It's like so old news now. With the internet and stuff and everything you see online, it's like going to Hooters is no big deal anymore. You're like, whatever. I saw a few of you on YouTube yesterday. It's like used to go to Hooters because it was like, whoa, let's go to Hooters and get some, get your wings because we got the best wings. I think they've shut down a lot of them, actually, except in like major cities and stuff like that. What are you gonna do? Now the girls, they don't go to Hooters for tips. They just get OnlyFans pages and make millions. When you touch things at Sprouts, where I shop, you got shocked? Some electrical shortage going on there? Is there like a high concentration of static? What the hell's going on at the grocery store for you? You don't recall an overabundance of girls' Hell's Kitchen? They just walk around with trays all day long, hey. Ramish, his view of the United States. I was in town, and it's a college town, and there was this little event on the street, and I was live streaming it all. And all Ramish could say was like, look at all these pretty girls around you. Pretty girls around you. Did they have carpeted floors? Uh-huh. At the grocery store, Sprouts. I don't think they have carpeted floors at Sprouts. It's like a grocery store, but like with organic and expensive stuff. They have tile floors like any other grocery store, I think. Yeah. Dust the shock. I don't know. I would blame it on a short somewhere, but he'd have to ground it out to get a shock from like an appliance or cooler or something like that. I don't know what his deal was. Maybe it was his girlfriend or fiance had a 9-volt battery in her pocket and was like, I don't know. It has no reasoning behind why he kept getting shocked at the store. Should have had a super soaker. Then he could just go around, spray everything wet and get the full effect of the shock then. There you go. See, everything comes to fruition when you sit here and talk on Coffee with Malcolm. Different things come together. Is today going to be a good day? You may rely on it. See? And Ramish says an 8 out of 10 day. So it's going to be a good day. It's Taco Tuesday for some people. I haven't had tacos in a while. May have to go get some tonight. There's a little Mexican restaurant down the road. They're really nice, and but it doesn't stay that busy. How do they? It's like some of the. You ever seen a Bojangles parking lot? There's like one car, and that's the worker in there all day long. It's like, how do you even keep the building afloat financially? I don't understand it. Get out electrocuted with a shopping cart. I've never been shocked, or I don't think I can ever recall having a static shock or electric shock at a grocery store with a shopping cart. I don't think so. Well, the casinos are carpeted. I can see the static for that. But then you don't really have static in the summertime. It's mostly you have static in the wintertime, too. I don't know. What do I know? I just sell stamps. It depends on the workers. The one down, the one I know about, you drive past it. It maybe have 5 or 6 cars in the morning. That was mostly old guys gathering together over a cup of coffee. But that parking lot would always be empty. And then across the street would be Chick-fil-A with a line of cars circled around the building 3 times. It was like, there's chicken across the street too, called Bojangles. But it's not Chick-fil-A. Yep, it's that time. It's 7:30. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Like, share, subscribe. You know, hopefully Random will have a better day tomorrow in his adventures in Australia. But other than that, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.